My nephew died by suicide last week, just a few days before our family reunion in Texas. And the family is absolutely heartbroken because this young man, by all accounts, was the light in every room he walked into, was an encourager, was someone who loved Jesus, but who felt so alone, I guess, that he didn't feel like he could go on anymore. And although I didn't know him personally, several people in my family were very close to him. And hearing of his death just prompted me to create this video because there's someone watching this right now who feels like giving up. And if this video helps just one person, then it is worth it. And so I want to share with you that I personally know what hopelessness feels like. I'm very acquainted with that dark place that makes you feel that death would be a relief from the life you're living. I'm very acquainted with the darkness that makes you want to end it all. I've been there many times. And so I am comfortable talking about it because I know there are other people who are there in that dark place. You see, I was born into a dark place. My pops has been in prison almost all my life. My stepfather was addicted to crack and was an alcoholic and was physically abusive, beat my mother many nights, and I had to fight a grown man many nights. I lived in 26 places before I was 16 years old, slept on the floors of homeless shelters, ate food out of dumpsters, and had just some terrible things happen in my life. My best friend was killed on his way to see me, and I was a terrible student. I couldn't focus in school. And I was just in such a dark place that when I went to sleep at night, I used to have these dreams, but they didn't feel like dreams, that these dark shadows, these figures, these demons, I couldn't see their faces, but they would be dragging me into this place that felt terrifying, terrible, miserable. And they kept dragging me through the streets and I couldn't get away from them. And as I look back, I think they were trying to pull me to my death, and it felt like, from my understanding of it now, hell. I would be so terrified in those dreams that I would stay up as long as I could to avoid going to sleep because they kept coming to me in my dreams. In my dreams, I'd be so scared that somehow I managed to cause my body to slap myself in order to wake up. I would be there crying in my dream, knowing I was dreaming, knowing I was asleep, and doing everything in that dream to cause my body to wake me up. And so I remember slapping myself to get out of that dream. That dark place was miserable, terrifying. I would stay up all night to avoid going to sleep, to avoid being approached by those demons, by that darkness, by those evil spirits. And so I share that with you, and I'm going to tell you how I got out of that in a second, but I know the dark place. I know what it's like to cry yourself to sleep. I know what it's like to want to give up. I know what it's like to believe that suicide would end all my problems. I got to such a low place in my life, such a dark place in my life, that I dropped out of school. I was crying myself to sleep. I felt the end of my life was near. But a complete stranger, a man who was homeless and addicted to crack, sat down next to me, and with tears in his eyes, he shared his story with me, and he shared his Christian faith with me. He began to tell me about this person named Jesus who loves me, this person named Jesus who died for me, this person named Jesus who can change my life, who can forgive me of my sins, who can Give me a future greater than anything I ever imagined. This Jesus who was raised from the dead and offers eternal life to anyone who places their faith in him. On a park bench, I prayed that God would forgive me of my sins, and I prayed that God would enter my life. I prayed that he would change my life. I placed my faith in Jesus that day on a park bench. And all I can say is I felt this warmth into my heart. I felt this presence into my life. And something in me changed. And I felt hatred and bitterness begin to melt away. And I felt joy, and I felt love, and I felt free. I felt free. But I share that to say Psalm 34 says God is near to the brokenhearted, and he saves those who are crushed in spirit. And so he doesn't say God is near to those who are strong. It doesn't say God is near to those who have it all together. It doesn't say God is near to those who are happy. It says God is near to those who are brokenhearted. And so if you're watching this and you are brokenhearted, if you're watching this and you feel like ending it, if you're watching this and you feel like giving up, if you're watching this and you're saying to yourself that you're going to commit suicide, if you're watching this, I want you to know that God is near you right now. You might not feel him, but his promises are still true. His word is still true. He's near you, but you just might not feel him, and you might not even be aware that he's right there with you. But he is right there with you, and he can save you. He can free you. He can keep you. He can bless you. He can give you a life greater than anything you've ever imagined. He can heal you from the hurt and the trauma and the brokenness and the abandonment and the loneliness that you're living with. He can heal you and help you and bless you and open doors that you never thought could open. And he could lift you up to new places and bless you in so many wonderful ways, my friend. But you'll never experience those things if you give up now. And so if you're in that place and you don't know what to say, all you have to do is in your heart, just cry out, say, Jesus, please help me. Jesus, help me. Jesus, if you're real, please help me. Jesus, if you're near, please touch me. Jesus, please save me. Jesus, if you're near in this room, Lord, please give me a sign. Do something to help me. Please let me know you're real. Please let me know I'm not alone. Please let me know that this is not all there is. Please, Lord, help me. Jesus, help me. God, help me. Please, cry out. That's all you can do. Cry out. Cry out, my friend. And that's what I did. And that's when he met me on a park bench. That's when he met me and changed my life and turned things around for me. Please hear me. God often answers our prayers through his people. You don't have to go through this alone. In addition to praying that prayer, you can talk to somebody. Call your mom. Call your dad. Call your best friend. Wake somebody up. Call 911. Call 988. Call the suicide hotline. Walk up to a church. Walk into an emergency room. Call somebody. Call anybody and say, I need help. Call them and tell them you're not in a good place. But do not give up right now. There were nights when I wanted to end it all. There were nights when I was going to give up. But I'm so glad that I stayed. Because I stayed, I graduated from high school, first person in my family. Because I stayed, I've been able to experience the joy and fulfillment that comes from marrying my college sweetheart, of becoming the dad I never had. Because I stayed, I discovered my purpose and have been able to reach millions of people because I stayed, my friend. And so here is my plea to you. If you hear nothing else, no matter how bad it is, my friend, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. I beg you to stay. I beg you to stay. I beg you to call someone and ask them for help. I beg you to reach out, to walk into that emergency room, to call 911, to call 988, to call someone. Call them right now and say, I need help. But do not leave this place, my friend. I'm begging you to stay. Your story's not over. All of the things I've been able to experience, if you looked at me when I was 16 years old, you would have never guessed that I would become a husband, a father, a speaker, a minister, an investor, a pilot, a world traveler. If you met me when I was younger, no one saw this, but God did. Jesus met me on a park bench and changed my life, and he can change yours, my friend, because I stayed. Stay. I beg you, do not give up. Your story's not over. God is still writing your story. There is still a future for you. There is still more life for you to live. There are still more people for you to meet. There is still more joy for you to experience. There is more healing and happiness for you to enjoy and experience in your own life, my friend. But you got to stay. You got to stay. I'm your friend, Dr. Manny Scott. And today I'm asking you to stay.